Hi guys, in this video I'll be sharing with you some latest updates about the port of entry when coming into the UK as a migrant. Most especially migrant coming into the UK with dependents. These are the categories of people who really need this video, and you can as well share it to all your contacts so that people who are not aware of this latest port of entry challenges could learn from it. International students that are resuming September admission session are already coming in their numbers, and that's why you need to stick with me to the end of this video to get the full information. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Victor. In this channel I give latest updates about UK and UK immigration, ways you can study abroad, and also ways you can migrate through the skilled workers migration route. If this content look exciting to you and you gain value for this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to join the amazing family. You can give a thumb up to this video so YouTube can recommend to a wider audience, and you can as well leave your thoughts on the comment box. So without further ado, let's get started. As a migrant coming into the UK with your young dependent, there are some certain documents you need to have handy with you when coming to the UK. Failure to provide these documents at the port of entry, you might have some issues before you'll be granted entry to pass through the border points. Persons who could not provide some of these documents at the port of entry have their visa cancelled and they are being turned back to their home country. This is not new. We've talked about this when the port of entry issues for skilled workers coming to the UK arise. But this time around, it's for migrants coming into the UK with young dependent. So if you are coming to the UK as a migrant and you have young dependent traveling with you to the UK, you need to have some of these documents handy so you will not have stress at the port of entry. So as a migrant coming to the UK, right, all the documents you need to show at the port of entry, you need to have them first of all in your hand luggage. Don't make the mistake of checking in all important documents in your bigger luggage that you check in. Have all the documents handy so that upon request you can easily bring it out and show to whoever it may concern. Right? So if you're a migrant, the document you use in making your visa application, have it handy. All the documents you submitted at the point of making your dependent visa application, have them in your hand luggage ready. The birth certificate of your child, you should have it in your hand luggage. Consent letter, in the case where one of the parents is traveling with the children, you need to have it handy. You need to have documents showing sole custody of the children you are traveling with, family picture or school report, right, from the school your children are attending, immunization cards, right. You need to have all of this handy because these are some of the documents you use in making your dependent visa application. All the documents you use in making the visa application that gave you the positive decision, have them handy with you. If it requires proof of funds, have the proof of funds statement handy with you, right? At the port of entry, they tend to ask you some of these questions and you will need proof to show that indeed they are your kids and you have the necessary permission or right to travel with these kids. Some persons are already having regret for not having all of these documents handy. In one of my previous videos where I talked about the port of entry for skilled workers, where I advise also that if you are traveling to the UK or any country, some primary documents you can easily show at the port of entry, just don't check them in. Always have them in your hand luggage, right? So some persons coming to the UK, probably this might be their first time of traveling, make that mistake of putting some valuable documents on their check-in luggage. At the port of entry, they were asked to provide some document, but the answer they gave was the document is inside their luggage and the luggage was checked in, right? At the port of entry, nobody wants to hear flimsy excuse because as soon as you arrive at the port of entry, you are a suspect, right? Unless you prove otherwise, you are not. So it's not peculiar to race or nationality. At the port of entry, the immigration tend to ask random questions. Some questions are even silly. Take for instance, you're a student coming into the UK. Before you be given a card to be able to apply for your visa, you must have paid your tuition deposit or you've paid your full tuition fee. But it amaze you, at the port of entry, you'll be asked to show proof of your tuition deposit. Naturally, you feel before you be given cars, you must have paid your tuition deposit, which immigration should know about that, because you cannot be able to apply for your visa without a CAS, and you cannot get a CAS without pay a tuition deposit before the school can give you CAS to make your visa application. But at the port of entry, the immigration officer might tend to ask you to show proof of your tuition deposit you've paid to the school. So in the event that you did not have that proof with you as at that time, you might have some stress, right? So guys, get all of this information. It looks simple, but it could cause you a great damage that you will never imagine. So if you are coming into the UK for the first time, try and get all your information right. All the documents you use in making your visa application, and even more, have them on your hand luggage so you can easily show to whoever may care to ask you to bring proof of whatever document. Also, students coming into the UK, because students that are resuming September admission session are already coming to the UK. While some have arrived, others are still coming in. At the port of entry, they tend to ask you some questions. I understand some persons might have issues because that might be their first time of traveling outside their country. So coming to the UK, some questions they may ask you. Even when you know these questions, you tend to be shivering, right? Some persons tend to have this tension, unnecessary tension, because that is the first time they are coming in contact with immigration at the port of entry. So, right, so if you're a student, the moment you get to the port of entry and you're asked, where are you going to? You can't tell them, I'm going to the UK, because you are already in the UK, right? Telling somebody you are going to the UK while you're already in the UK doesn't make sense. So if, for instance, if you're a student and you'll be studying at Manchester University, and at the port of entry you are asked, where are you going to, right? Tell them you are a student of Manchester University, so you are going to Manchester because that is where you'll be studying. Don't just tell them I'm going to the UK, because you are there and there, you're already in the UK. This is one common mistake migrants coming into the UK make. And at that point, the immigration officer tend to ask further questions. The moment you fail to give the correct answer when you are asked, where are you going to? And you tell them you are going to the UK or the United Kingdom, that will call for thorough investigation about everything about you. So once you are asked, where are you going to? At the port of entry, make mention of the city or the place, exact place you are going to. Don't tell them you are going to the UK or you are going to United Kingdom, because there and there you are already in the UK. So it doesn't make any sense telling somebody at the port of entry, right? Not port of entry in a different country, port of entry here in the UK, that you are going to the UK. No, you're already in the UK. So you need to tell them where exactly you are going to. This is one area migrants get it wrong by giving a wrong answer. I understand those who are coming into the UK for the first time might easily make such a mistake. That's why you need to share this video wide, so that migrants coming to the UK, most especially those coming in for the first time, will get this information right. Because if you fail this first question they will ask you, will call for further questions which you might not be able to answer. This is a very important update. You can share to all your friends, all your contacts. People have got their visa cancelled because they could not answer this simple question, and as such, the immigration officer at the port of entry will go further to ask questions ordinarily they shouldn't have asked you. So the first impression you create at the port of entry will determine the next line of action. So guys, if you are coming to the UK with your young dependent, don't make mistake of checking in the document that concerns the kids you are traveling with on your luggage. Have it in your hand luggage so you can easily present it. Or you are coming to the UK as a student or skilled worker, and at the port of entry you are asked, where are you going to? Don't tell them you are going to the UK. Make mention of the city or the town you are going to, and if possible, tell them what you are going to do there. If you are a student, right, since you've already paid your tuition fee, that makes you a student. So once you are asked, where are you going to? Tell them you are a student of Manchester University, so you are going to Manchester. And if you are coming in as a skilled worker, rather health and care sector, If they ask you where are you going to, tell them the name of the company or the name of the care home you'll be working and the city where the place you are going to be working is located, right? Be precise about it. If the care home you are working is called Manchester Home in Manchester City, tell them you are a staff of Manchester Home, so you'll be working in Manchester City. So tell them the name of the home you are working and the city or the location where the home or the company you are working is located. And be confident when you are saying all of this, right? Have all of this information handy so you can be able to tell them without blinking or trying to give them impression. What they are actually looking out for is to see you're confident and to be sure you know where you are going to and what you are coming here to do, right? Because probably they might have gotten information about people traveling with children or young dependents that are not theirs, and also people coming to the UK with a false pretense that they will be working in a particular place, and on getting to the UK, the story changes. So at the port of entry, you need to get all the information you need right so you don't find yourself in a difficult situation. Most especially if you are coming to the UK for the first time, you need to get your information together. It can be draining and traumatizing if you are unable to provide some of these simple questions, your visa cancelled, or you have to wait for extra hours before you are cleared. So guys, I thought I should share this information to you. So if you are coming to the UK for the first time or you are visiting for the second or the third time as the case may be, you need to get this information right and you can share with all your friends. We've come to the end of this video. If you gain value for this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Give a thumb up so YouTube can recommend this content to a wider audience. You can as well share your thoughts in the comment box. See you in my next video.